In this video, we're just going to cover how the derived feature works. Likely you are coming from the other document, so hello. But yeah, so the derived feature is a feature in the Part Studio. It is it's right here. And then you can just, by the way, you could just search for a feature in the search bar of onshape just for derived, and now it pops up. The way it works, so the way it works is you take sketches or parts also, parts, sketches, and planes from one feature or from one part studio to another part studio. So in this first part studio, oh, by the way, you can find all of this in our team folder and right here. Yeah, important on-shape features for videos, same name as this document. If it makes it easier to find, derived feature, sketch 1, sketch 2. And so, yeah. And so what you can do is you have this first part, this first Onshape document, right, sketch 1, and then our second Onshape document, sketch 2. In sketch 1, we have these three sketches, a polygon, a rectangle, and derived new text. So what you can do is you can select, so once you click Derive, you find the Derive tool, you click on Select Part Studio, and there's two ways you can find it. We're just going to do it the simple way, which is to search up the name, Sketch 1. Make sure you're in other documents. Sketch 1 and then Derived Feature Sketch 1. You can also just find it through the folders. It's right here. And so the first thing is you gotta be, this will make you create a version. Don't worry too much about that. And then what you want to do is you can select the whole Part Studio, whole entirety of Part Studio 1, which will select everything, or you can select individual sketches. So let's say I only want the polygon, or I want the polygon and the rectangle. Or in this case, I'm gonna select all three. So then once you hit check mark, there you go, and you have your three sketches right here. This isn't going to behave like a conventional sketch because you can't edit this. This is literally just a copy of this, so you cannot make changes to it. However, you still can interact with it the same way you can interact with a sketch. I can literally extrude from that sketch that I derived, and then I can, I can do that for here too, right? It's not too complicated. It's pretty intuitive, right? However, if I make a change here, what you'll notice is if I say derive new 2, if I write that, it's really big, we'll leave it as is. You'll notice it's not here yet, and that's because this goes into onshape's versioning stuff. So you have to create a new version. So it's this button on the left, create version. It's on this little side panel. Create version, create. And then once you go back to your other parts or other unshaped document, the derived feature will have this little blue dot, and you just click update all v4 to v5. There you go, right there. So like I said, you can also derive parts. Yes. So if I made an extrusion this way, right, I have my little rectangular prism. Again, this is not updated, right? For a couple of reasons, actually, I'll show you. So if I create version, now we are on v6, this will update, but there is no change. And that's because we're not referencing it, or we're not deriving it, rather. So if I click on part 1, now it's going to be there. Again, behaves the same way a normal part would, nothing else different. And that's pretty much it. And I guess one other thing is right here, you can only have one derived feature per part studio. You'll see what I mean here. Basically, let's say in this derived, I only derive these two, this polygon and this rectangular prism. If I wanted to derive the other stuff in that part studio, like the rectangle and the text, it'll give me an error because creating multiple derived features from the same source isn't allowed. So I have created two derived features that both reference this. That's not allowed, just know that. And that's pretty much it. Yeah.